We are underway here at the Ulverston Sports Centre. Burnie taking on Kingborough here in the first game of the State League, or for round 2, I should mention. So Downey, and a ball with French here at the corner for 3, and knocks it down. So nice opening basket there for Burnie, off some good ball movement. So collapses. Now here's Nyhouse, who had a good first round, along with this kid, Noah Strasma, with the response there, and knocks that one down as well too. So both teams training baskets early here. Of course, JB will be with us shortly. He's just ducked off to grab a couple of supplies for us. And the ball getting moved around here as Chilcott puts up the shot. He can't get that to go. Now Strasma with it as we're coming back down the floor here. Of course, the Ulverston Sports Centre home to Northwest Funder in the NBL1 South competition. And foul on the play.
Black 9, hit this way.
And of course we have referee Nick Draper mic'd up, so you'll hear some sounds of the game. Yes, we broaden our horizon in the broadcast. So we've got Nick mic'd up. Strasford for back-to-back triples. He knocks that one down. Kingborough out to a 5-point lead early here in this first quarter. Ball down low to young Jacob Furphy, who had a very good under-16 National Junior Championships for Tasmania in that bronze medal winning team.
Blue 8, hit 2.
Foul called there on Michael Klapsis. So Furphy at the line. Got some very good review. Got a good rap from some of the commentators throughout the National Junior Championships, and certainly a player to watch in the coming years, that is for sure, as he can't make the second. Young Jordan Strasma with a rebound here, and he's up the floor very quickly. Now the ball with Klapsis. Ball getting moved around here. Kingston, or Kingborough looking to find something, and that's for Elijah Pawson there on the drive, who gets the 2 to go. So JB in, we will out.
She's right, Ronnie. You just take your time. There we go. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Just pass me my phone, JB.
I can do, mate.
Yeah, that's probably under your leg.
Is it?
Yes.
That's what's vibrating. Thank you.
Thank you.
Apologies on that one. We found out the canteen was cashed the hard way, but we are back.
Yes, we are. We've just been carrying the operation here. As Downey puts up the shot and gets the 2 to go.
Nice little shot there, and noticeably the Kings have come out started well in this one, Ronnie.
They have. A couple back-to-back triples from Noah Strasma, a nice drive from Elijah Pawson. Certainly Kingborough making it a good here in the early stages.
Yes, and the Kings, again, they're known for that outside shooting, but do have a couple of athletic guys that like getting inside and just troubling the defence as well. There's Nyhouse, and around the world, no good.
No. So French coming down the floor. Here's Chilcott. Ticked on 3 minutes in this first quarter here. Here's the Big Taz, or West Coast ball connection. Cameras are here in Ulverston for the weekend. Plenty of games happening as Joe Chilcott can't get that to go.
He was the Thunder's most improved player, MVP this year, I believe, Ronnie.
Yes, MVP for the Northwest Funder.
Former classman, old Joe.
Yes, as Strasma goes for another triple. That's 2 of 3 now from the land of plenty for Noah.
I do ask the question, Ronnie, how much of an advantage do you feel the Northwest teams are going to have, certainly in Ulvie, but certainly across Penguin? The Simpson goes inside there, being much more familiar with these courts and rims than a lot of our southern players.
Yeah, I think too, being the long weekend up here as well too, JB, of course the Northwest teams can certainly take advantage of, bringing some additional players in that may not have been available for round 1, as Pawson misses that one. Simpson with the rebound as we come back down the floor here. But no, certainly a good advantage here for the Northwest sides. There's a good cut by Furphy, but that was deflected, so ball goes out of play. Substitution being made, and that will be, now we'll get our team list up.
So checking out the game number 7, checking into the game number 5.
Yep, hang on, whoops. I've gone one too many photos back. So Keenan Johnson, who had a solid round 1 down Hobart, is into the game. And shot went up, that missed. Jacob Furphy came off there.
Easy.
Yep. So we should have plenty of team
drive
leads.
by Klapsis.
Good drive going from the 45 into the middle there, JB. And a good finish as well too. So Burnie looking to respond here. French can't do that one. So margin back of 4 here, 12-8 as we're ticking along nicely here.
Ronnie, if I'm not mistaken, will French be on state duties as well with this one, or has he finished through?
No, he would have finished through. We will double check that. Good hands by Johnson, who was able to get that one off. Now Downey with it as we're quickly down the floor once again. So French putting on some steps.
Oh, nice pass.
Down low.
Good ball movement by Burnie.
Simpson for 3, just flat.
Couldn't get the result. That's a nice little set there from Burnie, getting it through hands and getting the Kings defence to think about things.
Yes, can't leave that open shooter as Pawson doesn't get that to go. Similar result to Brad Simpson's 3.
Speaking of outside shooters, the Kings will not be afraid to let it fly. And Elijah Pawson having a break at NBL 1 year, looking to put that on show as well.
Absolutely. Joe Chilcott is not afraid to put it up, but can't get it to go. So Pawson back down here as both teams are kind of just been up and down a little bit here.
Yeah, looking to get into that set, and that's why I like Burnie's ball movement. Good defence there by French.
Yep, good work.
And very good result there by Burnie.
Yep, so French gets the steal. Now he's off and running as Simpson and
thread the needle.
Down in support. Downey gives the credit there to Burnie supporters happy here who are in front of us here. And that is a wild pass that went out of bounds. Substitution being made. That is number 12, Kai Wright, who didn't play round 1 down in the Hobart round.
No.
Brad Simpson's going to have a breather, but this young kid here, he's played a bit of ball up here for Burnie and come through the junior ranks and now playing under 22s, if my information is correct.
It is. We've got confirmation. And
Thank you.
A shout out down the front there. Did not have any cash at the canteen. Appreciate the Mars bar and the water. There is a coffee on me.
Thank you, Deb.
Yeah, thank you, Deb. There's a coffee on me when we get a chance on that one
Chilcott from downtown knocks it down, and Burnie all of a sudden retake the lead here to 13-12, just on under 4 minutes remaining here.
Notice the Kings too made a substitution there, Ronnie. So Dan Hartog's come in, and number 24 there for the Kings as well coming in.
James Deegan, who's making a nice return. He did tag me in a Facebook post earlier this week as Collapses goes off glass.
He's had a nice little start here, Collapses. He's not the highest expected scorer on the team, but he certainly can get things done.
Johnson, nice fake, goes baseline over Strasmug.
Deserved a bucket.
And then now Wright.
Good hands.
Nice hands by Collapses. And then over Hardog, can't get that to go. But good work by the Burnie boys. Coach Sam Pulford happy with that one.
The Kings running with their biggest, one of their bigger lineups at the moment with Stratsma, with the other Stratsma and Nyhouse on the bench there as Nash comes in.
And Jacob Furphy also come in.
Furphy back in as well. Collapses out, and that would be Downey out as well. But I mean, the Kings have this ability to run a lineup where your shortest player on the floor is going to be 6'2", and particularly when you look at Burnie, they're going to need to make the use of those ball fakes, their ball movement, and just try and get the bigger guys on the back foot here. And they're only trailing by 1, but it's been a nice contest so far.
It certainly has. It's been a very good opening first quarter here. Now Chilcott once again. He's just short on that one.
Nash with the rebound. And it'll be very interesting for the Kings. They're going to be expecting another top 4 finish here in State League, Ronnie, and I think they can seize an opportunity.
James Deegan just short on that one.
He tried to make some space as well.
Absolutely. So Chilcott, and then they passed nearly a bit errant there, but
just a loose one.
recovered. Now ball getting moved around, and then
unlucky, a nice pass, just not rewarded with a tap.
I don't know if Keenan Johnson was ready. Timeout has been called here. I better turn Nick down.
That one will go. I was going to say, Eva, he's really loud at the moment. He's been
No, we've got him mic'd up for this game as well too. So
thought the great Dean Nixon was visiting us. You know, is that who we? That's the alias, isn't it?
Yes, in
another life.
In another life, yes. 14-13 our scoreline. Kingborough up by 1 at the moment. And great to be up here this weekend as well too, JB. Round 2 of State League here in Ulverston, and Penguin as well too. We're covering the games here in Ulverston for this weekend.
We are, and it is a pearler of a weekend. Ronnie, we come out of some pretty, well, it's not November yet, but some pretty treacherous weather in the south and right across probably the southeast of the country pretty much over the last couple of days. And some evidence of that. Is that you?
No.
Who's ringing?
Someone was ringing.
Tell them I'm not home. But, some treacherous weather to come up on a nice pearler of a day, a nice ride home. No incidents other than the bloke who thought he had Verstappen when he was weaving in and out of traffic and forced us to commentate our ride up. But nonetheless, a nice trip up, a beautiful day on the coast as always, and looking forward to some even better basketball action.
Absolutely. Always nice to come up to the northwest coast, a beautiful part of the state. So to any interstate viewers,
good defence by
please
Burnie.
come visit when December 15 rolls around. Meanwhile, Jacob Furphy can't get it to go, but good work by Burnie on that play. Strathmore, good, well-weighted pass there, and he gets the 2.
Yeah, good transition there by the Kings, but they're going to be a little frustrated. Just sloppy on that inbounds play there, and I think Burnie just ruining the missed opportunity there. We'll see how that plays out.
Actually, apologies. Burnie was up by 1 when the timeout happened. Now to up by 3. You can make it 5 through Joe Chilcott, thanks to Jacob Furphy on the pass.
Well, I'm reading that the wrong way, Ronnie. You'll find that Burnie are now only down 1.
Oh, no. It's Saturday. It should be my it should be my day off. But anyway,
Caleb Nash has been hammered, and he
Kai Wright coming over the top there.
They called the foul there. If any, tell you what, Ronnie, it's going to be a first. It's going to be the first time anyone listens to a broadcast and think that I'm the one that hasn't been drinking.
Yeah. And I'm the one that packed everything last night to bring the gear up to you today.
and I got home at midnight. What do you say?
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
So Deegan Wibbert here, getting that on ball from Hartog. So Kingston up by 1, 16-15 here. Shot clock at 6, so the Kings need to get busy here. Strathmore needs to do something. Goes into Hartog, probably too little too late, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
And just notice there, Dan looking very settled to go on the outside. At his size, I mean, he's obviously working with Deegan and Strathmore, but Strathmore very much more akin to play that perimeter, play the perimeter at his size. So I'd like to see Dan probably get on that high-low post or get some on-balls going for his perimeter.
So Furphy from Burnie itself knocks it down from downtown.
Yeah, that was a massive shot there. And, I mean, we've seen Furphy coming through the ranks the last couple of years, Ronnie. He's really developing into a specimen.
And as I mentioned while you were still out of the canteen, he had a very good National Junior Championship and was well praised by some of the commentators.
More good defence there as well.
And so Johnson Wibbert.
One thing I'll give Burnie here, they're very, even though they're a young squad, they're very calm under pressure. And, nice drive to the rim, deserved a bucket, but they're handling this pressure well.
They certainly are.
Pass by Pawson.
I think that's just a good experience as well too, JB, up here on the northwest coast. A lot of basketball being played and just a different kind of... There's a good drive by Keenan Johnson. I'll come back to that point in a second. Good drive there. He got drawn on the foul. So he'll go to line for 2. But as I was mentioning, just really, they live and breathe their sport up here on the northwest coast, JB. And it's a little bit of when we look at the 3 different regions in the state, you can tell that northwest basketball has always been strong. And you can just tell there's this a good mix of young and then veterans and then just those ones in the middle as well too.
Yeah, and I think it's that spread that's always worked. I mean, there often has been... Certainly from people in the south, people have been critical of the way that senior is structured and the simple fact that, there are more imports in the NWBU, and a lot of people, at times criticise the fact that hurts locally. But at the end of the day, when that local talent comes out of having played with and against these imports, it shows on their own merits just how good a player it makes them develop to be.
James Deegan from downtown, can't get a go. Nash with the rebound, puts it up, a little too far under, so French with the rebound, and Coach Pulford just... this one to slow down a little bit, get through some sets of hands here.
Yeah, 19-16. So Burnie are back in the lead. This is their final set, though, you would think.
Yes.
12 seconds on the shot.
So the French brothers combine here.
Good on ball,
now
good skip pass.
Back to French here for
good
3.
Shot.
And well executed play. And that would just about near see us
Need
out
to get
here.
up the floor.
Deegan has no awareness of the clock. Does now.
Doesn't matter.
And is too late on that one. So an entertaining first quarter sees Burnie take the lead by 6 with 22-16.
And that was clearly Burnie coming out of that timeout off that. They really kicked in, honestly, Ronnie, after that timeout there on the baseline by the Kings. Burnie were really challenging. I believe they might have only been up by a point at that stage, and the Kings went to reset. But Burnie really able to answer that one quite well. They tried to get the immediate steal. Okay, they committed transition basket there, but that's pretty much the only other score they let loose there in that final 3 minutes of that quarter. And again, it's the ball movement, it's the ability to capitalise on the size the Kings are putting on as well. But again, the big note for me is these young guards that are, under pressure, they're getting rebounds and they're not panicking. They're stopping, they're resetting, they're getting on the floor. And again, they get down, they get through sets of hands, they're not playing isolation. They're sticking to the team structure. They're getting their second efforts and capitalising them as much. And again, we harp on it a lot, but if you're going to get 2 or 3 offensive rebounds, then you're looking to score out of one of them at least once, and that's something Burnie's doing at the moment. Good competitive quarter, 22-16, considering the Kings, a lot of them travelled up this morning.
Yes.
Just getting their legs under them. I wouldn't expect them to be 100% at the moment, but they have been competitive. So, a good opening quarter once again, and a good opening start to round 2 of State League.
Yes, absolutely. Plenty of games happening here today as well too. And
if you don't want to know the scores, tune away now.
Yes, we'll try and give you the quick fixture of today's games. We're just going to get that up here now. Next up, Wynyard taking on the BTAS High Performance team at 1 o'clock, and then at 2:30, BTAS taking on Kingborough in the women's.
I was going to say, I read that and was like, that's a big ask for the men to go back-to-back games.
That's right.
No, it is our women's squad that we'll be playing.
Absolutely, and then 4 o'clock sees Grandies and Southern Wolves, so we'll get to see from the Southern Wolves the big German fella.
The German Jesus, as he has been called by the Southern Wolves cohort.
And, of course, we round out with Hobart Phoenix taking on Launceston here at 5:30.
I think that'll be a better game than a lot of people are rating. Obviously, Launceston and Hobart probably on the lower end of the men's competition this year, but they are 2 competitive teams that have really brought some spirit to start this tournament.
Absolutely. So we are underway here. Term number 2 is Furphy here at the elbow. Hand off to French, who works his way through. Good 2-man game and well executed there by the young lads there.
And again, there it is, back to that structure, Ronnie. They're not panicking. They know what they're doing. They're waiting for their actions. They're reacting accordingly. And they're just taking advantage here. I think the Kings probably need to go to a little bit smaller just to try and compete with this.
So the backdoor play to collapses and then goes to reverse himself and responds in kind.
He has realistically been their best scoring option these last 5-6 minutes of game time here. So hopefully he can take the charge. He looks like running a bit of a second unit here, the Kings, with Pawson, Stratzma and Deegan on the bench.
Johnson, he gets it to go and will go to line for 1. Great job by young Keenan Johnson, who... That's going to be on young Jordan Strassman there, as we've got Nick Draper mic'd up here for us today.
Yes, we do. So Burnie looking to extend this out to 9 points early on, and that's certainly something as a King, if I'm a Kings person, that I'm really wanting to look at. And again, we talk about it, the little goals, Ronnie, but I mean, it's very early in the piece to be wanting to play off the back foot. So it'll be interesting to see how the Kings respond. They need some better defence, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Nyhouse.
Stratzma again.
Yes, can Stratzma make up for that foul? He just committed. So Stratzma working his way through.
Good size.
And then rejected by Furphy and Simpson at the same time. Now here's French as he slows this one down. Yes, Simpson just looking at his options. He works down low on Nyhouse. Good matchup here, good size and body there, but Simpson easily with that one.
And the one thing I appreciate about that, Ronnie, there was that opportunity potentially for the defence to collapse and for the Burnie players to again go with it. They spread out, they let him go to work and got the result.
And
that is a travel.
So we heard that from Nick Draper in our headsets here. 3 steps, he was saying.
3 steps travel, that's an easy call to make.
Yep.
Fundamental call, Ronnie.
Yes.
But... yeah, you just watch the way I want people to just watch this play from Burnie here. Watch how they set up and just watch how every player reacts for every bit of ball movement.
Yep, and good screen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and again, well executed once again. So head coach Sam Pulford would be quite happy at the moment.
Well,
here.
I just noticed there, Sam is very happy, but sorry, Ronnie, the Kings there just players themselves went to call a timeout. And obviously in FIBA rules that doesn't happen.
No.
Hartog.
Yeah, he missed that one. And then French off and running. So expect a time rejected
defense
there as French went up for the layup. Ball went out of play.
Substitution.
No.
Yeah, substitution.
Sam
Michael
was aware of the timeout.
I think it was Luke Klapsis that is the coach, I believe.
Yes, Luke Klapsis.
And he did not call it, as we know.
So the players do want to talk it over, though. So it's be interesting to see how the cohesion between coach and players. As French goes from downtown.
They need a timeout.
They do. Margin out to 16 already, 34-18. This is not looking good from a Kingborough standpoint. If you're Burnie, you'd be quite happy right now.
Absolutely. And the Kings, realistically, is French, a bit of held him on the arms. Easy call to make.
Yeah.
But, this is certainly a time. I mean, we talk about the mental game all the time, the mini goals, Ronnie. I mean, when you look at the scoreboard, you're down 16, you've only scored 18. That's a challenge in of itself to try and get on a pretty much a 17-0 run to just try and balance the game.
So Claps is working his way through.
Good defence again by Burnie.
Errant pass sort of turnover, so French now.
Oh, look at the speed.
Well, he's got some legs, that young lad.
He's got the camera on a swivel, but...
But no, he's got some pace. Both those young French boys have some pace on them. So expect them to run. They could run the full 40 minutes if you really wanted them to. Yes. That is for sure.
See how they go. State League allows them to probably do that as well, and I think Burnie are sort of banking on getting that out of them.
Absolutely, and a lot more runoff here too at the Alston Sports Centre. With as Noah Strasma can't get the drive to go. French has got it.
That was a good defensive play by French there, really staying in front of the... Oh!
Anyway,
did you see that?
No, I was about. I'm trying.
He just threw a three-quarter court. We didn't pan the.
I was turning Nick up here.
Yeah, we didn't get that on. Didn't get that on film because after the whistle. But he's thrown that from the yellow line, nothing but net. Burnie's going in for a good day. I think the Kings are in some trouble. That could be the end of their run too. But I don't like their chances.
No.
Apologies to French when he goes back to watch the film of this. No, sorry, brother, we didn't get that.
Yes.
Good shot, though. My God.
One of the highlights of the day, we didn't get it. Meanwhile, Chilcott, nice drive. Can't get it to go. Nyhouse with the rebound. And now Kingborough up the floor here quick. Now here's young Strasma. Now off to his bravo. Pawson decides to jump into the party and gets the three to go.
That's a good little calming shot there. Now, again, Kings need to play some defence. They need to start making some reads and understanding how these people could collapse there. But that's just a good drive. Can't afford to get out rebounded there, Kings.
Absolutely. So ball up the floor here through Clapses. Now kick out to Nyhouse. Strassman looking for another triple and gets that one to go. So nice little run here by Kingborough, who brought the margin back to 10.
Lovely little run here. And again, it's just going to take defence. They're still getting that penetration offence there, Burnie. So the Kings just have to tighten that up. There's a lot of options coming off this on ball.
So Downey puts it to the floor, goes up, can't get it to go. Ball goes out of play. And Sam is saying enough. He'll call timeout here, make some adjustments. So margin is at 10, 5:58 remaining here.
Yes, 5:58, the old 7BU combination there, Ronnie, if my memory serves me correct, the AM dial.
Yes, it would be too, yes.
34-24, and again, Burnie just really pretty much in full control of this game, Ronnie, from the last 3 minutes of the first term. Have pretty much had it all their own way. Again, it's that ball movement, it's that structure, it's reading, it's making the right plays, it's making the right passes, and they're getting that out of basically a couple of give and goes and a high post screen essentially, which has been good to see defensively. I think the credit here too for the Kings, they're probably a bit thrown. Stratsma's at 6'3", 6'4", have a French on them at 5'5", 5'6". They're certainly not the tallest blokes in the world. I think it's throwing them. They're trying to just beat him off the handle and get that extra big step. But those quick feet and that lateral movement is keeping the Burnie defenders right in front of their opponents. And I believe those boys are just going to have a well-earned rest.
Yes.
And just regroup. But again, this is a good chance for the Kings here, who are gone back to a starting lineup close to it. Try and capitalise. Good D by Pawson.
Yep.
And we'll see what can come out of it.
So back to live play we go, and
so
Burnie gets a restart here.
Just quietly, that is a very lovely moustache on the top lip of Joe Chilcott there. That's a nice little finish as well.
First you talk up his moustache, then of course he gets the M1 after talking him up. Nice work by JB. Of course, Movember coming up.
Oh, the better work by Joe. You said good work by JB.
Oh, all right, good work by both. You pumped him up, he made the M1 play.
Mate, don't be like that.
Meanwhile, Chilcott
finish
makes the two. I was going to say, we are in the final weekend of October and we go into November, which will be Movember.
On Monday.
Of course, on Monday. So
I started growing in July, if you've noticed, Ronnie.
Oh, right, yeah, thank you very much. Meanwhile, Claps is looking for Pawson here, so Pawson now trying to go middle. Good work by Downey.
Stop, pop, lock, make that shot
nice
drop.
Shot by Elijah Pawson there.
See, and this is the unfortunate thing, though. They're just struggling defensively, so they've had a nice little run here, an 8-point run within the last minute and a half, but they just can't get a stop to save themselves here. And the ball movement of Burnie again just killing them.
Yes, Furphy goes up and gets the lucky roll there.
Very much. He worked through contact. I thought that one got blocked.
Good work by young Jacob there, who really showing some good promise here in this first half. Here's a Strasma on the cut over Chilcott. Makes something out of nothing out of that one, JB.
That was some unconventional footwork, Ronnie. That's what we'll put it down to. Avoided the travel at literally any cost.
Yes, absolutely. Because referees Nick Draper and Connor Westwood on our game today as Chilcott looks to drive, but good hands there by the Kings. And now Pawson up the floor quickly and gets that layup to go.
We're going to see Elijah just try and explode a little bit more there. I think if we were a bit later in the afternoon, he might have tried to throw that down, but nice little finish there. And again, back to 9. As Kings again need to stop Burnie. Are just working them over.
Absolutely. Furphy, nice move. Good pass.
Good D again.
And then now, I don't have a name for number 2. Dan, can you help me out? I didn't see him on the iPad. Geordie Payne.
Well, there you go.
Oh, thank you.
From Mariah Payne.
Yes.
If anyone's going to know, it's the most reliable source in the building.
Right.
Thank you, Mariah.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Of course, we will see Mariah suit up sometime throughout the weekend, I'm sure.
And there's Clapsis. So he's had a good little drive, good spell offensively, good response there by Clapsis. He goes to the hoop for 1. He's had a nice offensive game there. He's played well defensively. But again, it's the same situation, Ronnie. It's all right to have the offensive generated, but there needs to be some more lock and stock defensive efforts as well. While, you know, they are getting stops, it's those second and third opportunities that Burnie are capitalising on that's ultimately, I feel, the difference in this game at the moment. So, again, they've got a nice little 4-minute period here to work with the Kings, and they'll have that extended half-time to really analyse things. And we'll just see what they can get out of it. 1 to come here for Clapsis.
Yeah, so margin back to 8. Can he make it 7? He can. So 7 here's our margin, 4:20 remaining.
I've got to ask you, Ronnie, is this the best-looking floor in the state?
I tell you what, Ulverston is by far one of my favourite venues to come to. And, yes, I do love the floor here at Ulvie.
It's got basketball lines only.
Yep. The only other line you can see is netball.
Yep. It's got the high school and pro line as well.
Yes, it does.
That's a nice pass, but it's an even better interception by Chilcott,
who's
thought he'd handled that well. Pawson will take that.
I was going to say, just very quickly, timeout. Oh, good. I can go down memory lane here a little bit.
Wind back the calendars. It's carbon dated, people.
Thank you. Of course, with my days of refereeing in the Siebel competition, lucky enough to referee some of the Thunder games up here and absolutely enjoyed refereeing in this venue. As far as the atmosphere was concerned, I was up here for a game against Nunawading, where Nunawading that year were kind of the top men's side in the competition, and Thunder was certainly showing some really good signs that of being a top 4 team, and they got the win here, but it was the loudest I've ever heard this stadium go off, and to this day, probably one of the best men's games I've ever officiated. So the court here is so nice. They do a good job of taking care of it. They got half the grandstand out here today. But yeah, it's such a beautiful floor to run on, JB. And great that State League has come here to Ulverston. Also games in Penguin as well too. Penguin a very nice venue as well. Yes,
no, Penguin is a very nice venue, and the folks over at Penguin apparently are opening up the beverage facilities for the final game this evening.
Oh.
Of course, you and I, we are booked in, by the way,
yes.
From our reliable source, Tony Brazel-Dilger, that we will be wining and dining in Devonport tonight after the game. And
lovely.
I've been told that I am now the designated driver. I was nominated and seconded without my approval, but nonetheless, that'll be happening. So dinner at 7:30 for us later on.
Lovely. Good to see catering taking care of us for post-game, which is great to see. Meanwhile, French with it as he looks for Simpson, and then great move by young French who gets the 2 to go.
And this is just the way Burnie have played as well. I mean, you could see the second that option for pass was there, they backed up, opened the lane, good read by French, and a nice basket.
Absolutely. So margin back 9 here, collapses. Now Strasma putting it to the floor. He's Hardog for 3. Can't get that to go.
That stiff coastal breeze got that one, Ronnie.
Absolutely. Well, near the water here in Ulverston as the ball. Then good work by Pawson. This with that extra hop. Now Pawson goes himself.
Oh,
and I think he tried to draw a foul there, but referees weren't seeing it that way.
Well, I think he had to be very careful there because, I mean, it would have been unlucky on the tunnel there, but if he'd have been upended there, that's a long way to come down.
It is. It certainly is. Meanwhile, Downey, and he drew the foul. That'll be on Hardog.
Yeah, took the contact there.
substitutions to be coming in. So Payne's got to come off for a rest. Wright is going to come in along with Johnson, and Simpson's also going to have a breather as well too, as young Josh Downey's at line for 2. So Downey, who had a very good first round as well too, played very solid, I thought, in round 1 in the games that we covered. And, of course, you can see those games from round 1 on our West Coast Ball Connection YouTube channel as well too, as Downey knocks down both.
Yes, we got 9 games. We had 10 on there at one point. We'd 9, but we'd uploaded one twice.
Yes,
so.
we just doubled one up there. Sorry about that. And then we rectified it, so all good on that forefront.
But we have absolutely all 9 games from the show caught in Kingston, and as Pawson
knocks that one down from downtown.
That brings it back to 6. So, again, the Kings just needing a stop. And again, the last 3 minutes looking to own it like Burnie did. Good D there by the Kings.
Great pass into Wright there for the 2. Nice work by young Kai Wright.
Yeah, caught Geordie Strathma sleeping there.
And then a poor pass by Noah Strasma, who throws his head up in disappointment. Now French to slow this one down here.
Yeah, and this is going to be a hard thing as well for the Kings. They started to get on a roll. They gave up an easy bucket. Turnover there, that's easy call there.
And a foul.
Very physical foul there by Clapsis. And that'll be a bonus, so they'll head to the line for 2 here, Burnie.
Yep, so Josh Downey back at the line once again.
2 bonus.
And I'm just having a look. The big scoreboard, no, they don't. They have the big scoreboard there, but they do not have numbers and names on that one.
No.
Thank you.
Oh, it's a good ball slap there from referee Nick Draper there. Just giving us a bit of a pop there in the headset. Meanwhile, Downey can't get that second to go. We'll just keep the bowling up here for Nick a little bit. We'll get some sounds of the game for you.
He's used for that big wind up and a slap just to really complement it all, Ronnie.
Yes, that is for sure, JB. Meanwhile, Strasma here. Now Pawson looking to go middle, pulls up from top of the key, can't get that to go. Good work by young Jordan Strasma, who gets it to go. He draws the foul.
You cross over and then you get a pull up. If that makes you go back or bumps you off your line, I'm calling a foul.
So, fair call there too.
That's a fair call.
But what he's saying, so pretty much what he's saying there is that if the contact is given despite your move, then yes, pretty much it's a foul. But if you're going to try and initiate that contact, then probably not going to blow the whistle as much.
That's right. And what we've seen too, as well as Strasma knocks down the free throw, JB, was in the NBA, the referees there, but also reined that in as well too.
Yeah, you can't ref bait anymore. I mean, James Harden's been a big victim of it. Trey Young, Devin Booker as well, sort of suffering.
Good play from the Burnie Tigers as Johnson gets the 2 there. Nice pass from Joe Chilcott.
And it's just a rule that FIBA's always had. It's pretty much if you are initiating the contact in a non-natural way, then of course, you're not going to get that foul because you forced the issue. See, and that's a separate issue because...
It was a spin move.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 12, 2 shots.
As we just see if something comes from there. But as Nick Draper said, it was a spin move.
Yep.
The momentum's going to the basket. He makes contact with the defender, makes contact with him in the motion. The easy call to make.
That's right. Yes, certainly is. There's Noah Strasma back at the line. Of course, a former squad member of the Hobart Chargers, and now doing some other things as well too, as he's moved away from top level basketball for the time being.
Yes, I'm hearing rumours that WA's on the cards in the future.
Okay.
So that's potential there as well. But I mean, Noah at a local level, Ronnie, we say it a lot in the last couple of years. He's really played that stretch 4 role and even played 5 a lot for the Kings. So his ability to transition his guard skills while being an inside athletic big has been tremendous to watch as well.
So Chilcott, now here's Johnson, shot clock at 5. Johnson, nice step through, and the 2. Good work by Keenan Johnson there.
The first step of these quick Burnie guards has been impressive to watch so far. Very impressive.
Yes, no, they're certainly putting on a good display of just on the dribble drive. Geordie Strasma with the same thing and then clanged the ring at the same time.
It paid off, actually, to be
and
fair.
It's a reset to 14. Well, meanwhile, Strasma for 3. Yes.
I've never seen I've never seen a basketball accident turn out so well. That was quite nice there. A bit of 2K about it, Ronnie.
Yes, there was a bit of 2K about that, JB.
Cross-court under the rim.
Absolutely. Well, but our game's coming to reality here at the Alberton Sports Centre. Foul on the play here.
Now, I thought we
got
would...
him on the arms.
Got him on the arms, Nick Draper is saying.
It's good to hear too, Ronnie. I think a lot of people don't realise that the constant communication now the referees have with the players. So, bonus wasn't shooting. Fair call there.
2 bonus.
Yep, there we go. And, of course, as we said, it's nice that we can mic up the referees as well too, just to broaden our horizon with the coverage here. And, of course, you'll hear, when you listen to these games back, you'll be able to hear what Nick is saying, but for us, we can hear through that headset automatically straight away.
You'll often see some funny stuff too. I remember one of the McGaffin boys last year got confused where the mic might have been situated and spoken to the back pocket of referee Andrew Johnson.
Here we go. Strasma on that drive again and gets it to go.
Now let's see the whole.
On the arm.
Yep.
Score counts, black 6, hit, 1 shot.
Let's see whether we get any further.
No, Burnie are in a huddle.
One boys.
Oh, there we go. He's just trying to get him in quick. So then
we might hear more towards half time, but easy call there. Tried to wrap him on the drive, and Geordie Strathmore, he's just recovered. He had a bit of an iffy start to this second quarter. Couple of fouls and probably not some greatly executed offense, but he's really recovered here in these last few minutes, and pretty much the reason this game's back to 5.
Yes, no, it's at one stage.
Good close out.
Right now on the baseline. Step back 3 is just short on that one. Then French does well and good. Tries to get the putback, can't get the go. Deegan with the rebound. Now Deegan just needs to put this one up, and half time comes and a bit of a yeah, here we go. So an entertaining fight back here by the Kingborough Kings seem only down by 5 here at halftime, 52-47.
You know, nice work there by the Kings, and I think they finally just started, honestly, Ronnie, they started to use their height. Their biggest advantage in this game right now is that they are the tallest team on the floor across the board. Obviously, a couple of tall boys, your Joe Chilcotts and your Brad Simpsons of the world there for Burnie, but just the idea they stayed with their starters, they swung the ball, they tried to stretch the floor, and the best way for them to attack inside was, don't go into a crowded lane, don't allow the defence to collapse, utilise their breaking speed, and that's what got them into it. Again, I just feel there were just a couple of instances where, they had a nice little 6-8 point run offensively, give up a couple of fouls, give up an easy basket, and it's sort of all for nothing. So, I mean, if you get a couple of stops there, on top of the fact that, you made those baskets, potentially a tie ball game. But I think the Kings would be reasonably happy where they are. I mean, they lost control of that game probably for a good 10 minutes, just when Burnie started to get on top of things. But again, it was that 3-minute mark once again that swung things. Jordan Stratzman, to his credit, really started to come into his own there. And the Kings probably got a couple of lucky rolls and a couple of lucky breaks defensively. So only a 5-point game. It's been a good start here. Referees have been clear on it as well. Certainly can't fault the action so far. A good opener, everything considered.
Yeah, and nice to have a halftime score where we're right up in that low 50s, high 40s here as well too. So again, good scoring at both ends of the floor. Players knocking down their shots and getting to the basket nicely. So, no, it's been great to see, and it's what you want for game 1 of round 2 here.
Yes, we had a pretty good opening game 1 when you look at everything balanced up. It wasn't a bad game, Launceston and the Wolves in round 1. Ultimately, Wolves got control in the second quarter, and to Launceston's credit, when Tommy Foster, who's about 6'2", 6'2 and a half, who's primarily a perimeter guy, is playing as your middleman for most of that game, going up against the German Jesus, as they're calling him.
Yes.
To keep that within 20 points and still be competitive and respectable for most of that game, pretty good here. And I think mainly for Burnie, the highlights for me have come from Burnie, just seeing their pace at both ends, their speed at both ends. They're not afraid to crash the boards no matter their size. When they come down offensively, they're executing, they're not selfish, their ball movement, they're reading well, and they're making the Kings think as well as they're getting inside. Do we collapse? Do we expand? Can we give that one up? All that sort of stuff. So, I think this game at the moment is probably Burnie's to lose, but certainly for the Kings, now they've got a half of basketball in them. Let's really look over the game plan. Let's really try and attack and try and make the game our own in the second half.
And just to piggyback off your point there about Burnie with their good ball movement and their execution and their structure, that's credit to Sam Pulford, who I've gone up against as a coach in juniors, and he's done a terrific job in the system that he runs and making sure that the players are buying into that and then executing that out on the floor, and that's a credit to the coach there as well too. So for Sam, who's one of our up and coming coaches within our BTAS program as well too. If I just put my BTAS hat on here for a second, JB.
You've got your hoodie on. Why would you put a hat on?
I know. Yes, we're BTAS TV West Coast Ball Connection here at the moment. But just to quickly put the BTAS coach's hat on, he's certainly excelling, and he's just been appointed to the state under 20. He stayed, really tested my brain. He stayed under 20. He stayed under 20, development coach. Yep, thank you. Yes, we got his mother there 2 rows down, folks. So, so there you go.
We've got primary sources everywhere.
Yes, we do. Yes, it's always a good thing. But yeah.
What was that one? Yeah, trust us, yeah.
Geez, we should get a live mic out of them here. We'll just throw it down there.
I reckon I've had the quietest pre-Saturday, Friday night in my life doing a game like this weekend. So
good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think it's called the fact they finally utilised their size.
But yeah, absolutely. Just quickly coming back, Sam is certainly one of those up and comers and really, excelling in the coaching landscape here. So really good to see though his players buying in and executing well. And we should give a quick shout out to Luke Clapsis as well too, who's been around the traps for a little while.
I believe he did a bit of charges assisting at one point.
He did do a bit of charges under Ben Rush back in 2015. So he certainly had that experience as well too. The players have just got to really just make sure they buy into what the coaches want from both of their teams as we start this third quarter here. As Kingborough go down to what I call the bar end of the Olbiston Sports Centre, and Geordie Strassmer gets the 2 there.
And there he is. He's continuing on with his third quarter form. A nice little finish there by Geordie, and it's back to 3 now.
It is. So Furphy, now Chilcott. Simpson, again, good ball movement at the top here. And
Wedgie!
We have our first wedge for the day as Jacob Furphy can't get up. Noah Strassmer does.
Oh.
And then a falcon there to young French there. So...
we've seen it all, Ronnie.
Yes.
We've seen a half-court shot that didn't count.
Yes. And now we've seen a wedge.
We've seen a wedge.
All happening. Second wedge I've seen this week. We had a wedge in under 22s down in the southern part of the state earlier in the week. Chilcott for 3. Yes.
Oh, don't worry about the wedge. Worry about the bottom of the net. Nice shot there by Joe Chilcott. And again, back out to 6. So, the Kings probably ruining the fact that they had that momentum going into half-time. We'll see what they can run out of here. See whether they can develop.
So Pawson looking for Strassman on the roll. Strassman never ready for that play. Now Claps just gets that on ball, looks to go middle, spin move in over Simpson. Foul's been called. As referee Nick Draper.
15 hit 2.
And that'll be on Brad Simpson.
Do we have any further talk?
No, I don't.
No, we don't.
Okay.
I think Brad's probably more annoyed with himself there that, that Michael had actually spun himself into a position where he probably wasn't going to score.
Oh, okay. Apologies there.
No, I think he's joking. I think it's I think we didn't get the full.
No, we didn't get it. So we might have a review tape there, but we'll again apologies if you did hear anything.
We didn't get the old information technology at the end of it, I don't think.
No. But again, we'll just put that disclaimer out and apologies to anyone there.
Flash the Gary Lyon warning across the screen.
Yes. Meanwhile, Burnie down here. They're up by, you can make that 9, 58-49 as French knocks it down from downtown.
And this is the hard thing for the Kings too, that, they get to 9, 10 points and they brought it back to 5 and then they're just unable to get over that hump. And we talk about it all the time, Ronnie. It's always that 4 or 5 point gap as Pawson. He wanted a bit of contact on the hip there, but it wasn't seen. Don't think there was much in it.
So French, now Furphy. Now to Chilcott again. Good ball movement here by the Tigers as Downey now.
Stop, pop, lock.
And can't get it to go either. Getting good work there by the Kings. As now Strassmer here to Pawson. And then good deflection there by Downey. Come off his leg or knee, one or the other. Chilcott for the layup.
Yeah, and that's just too easy there at the moment, as we mentioned. Kings within 5. They're back out to 11 now and conceded, 3 straight baskets. It's, other than that Jordan Strathmer to open the open proceedings, it's been a bit of a downhill, been a bit of an uphill battle here for the Kings.
So Kingborough asking some questions. Oh,
nice little move.
Geordie Strassmer can't get that to go. Collapses gets the putback. But Burnie have had the answer so far after Kingborough have kind of pushed it, as you mentioned, back to that 5-point margin. But Burnie have been able to keep that buffer here at the moment and doing a good job. Simpson down low. One-on-one with Nyhouse. Simpson.
Oh, too easy on the baseline.
That is all day right there.
And that's just a little bit of probably absent. Tommy Nyhouse hasn't been playing senior basketball, consistently probably for the last 12 months. He's just had some studies, had some other stuff going on. I know a couple of rotation things as Clapsis inside again and Chilcott with a challenge.
Yeah, he got a hand on that. He flew by.
So it'll be interesting to see how Nyhouse responds here. He's got to watch that baseline.
Yep.
But the Kings also have to be wary of that spin and try and help if it comes.
That's right. Chilcott puts it to the floor. Nice move there, but short on that one. We know Joe Chilcott can knock that down. Kingborough to get it back.
It'll be interesting to see how Burnie come out here in the third term. They haven't really needed to guard the half court, the full court, so they're looking to press up a little bit here. Nothing too extravagant.
So Strathmore here slowing this one down. Oh no, he decides to go for it. It's short on that. Furphy with the rebound.
And now they've got to try and lock in defensively here because chance to blow this out to 14 for Burnie.
And then nice weighted pass into Simpson who, well.
Probably got lucky there, the Kings, because you can't let someone of the quality of Brad Simpson get such deep positioning.
No, certainly not. Very strong down there. As Claps, a spin move in. Nice pass to Nyhouse. Much better there from the Kingborough Kings.
Yeah, good ball movement there by Kingston. That's what they needed. I think they've just got to try and move to the other side of the floor now. They've tried to load up a couple of times there and, okay, they've had that success, but let's try and move it, not make ourselves predictable.
Furphy down low, and that was a strength for Jacob Furphy at the Under-16 National Junior Championships.
Which one am I looking at, Ronnie?
3. Where,
I'm not hearing anything, Ronnie.
You don't come out of your cylinder. That's all you can do instead of coming out.
Okay, so yeah, cylinder principle there.
Yeah, we just got to turn Nick right up. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, he's just coming over for a look.
I understand what you mean, but if you remove that from the play, you're still out of your cylinder. So that's why I have a foul.
And what he's talking about there is those the arms and the hands coming out. So they've got to be right up because your cylinder is from to the ceiling on the roof. But at the moment you come out or bend down or bend those arms down, referees are straight onto that.
Yeah, and it's an easy principle to understand, and it's quite a fundamental principle to roll with as well.
Pawson now. Here's young Geordie Strathmore, who just long on that 3. Good work there by Downey. Down he goes cross-court. Chilcott had French in support. He just pulls this one up. Now Furphy down low once again. So Furphy kick out the Chilcott. Shot clock at 11 here for the Tigers. As Chilcott trying to explore some moves. I think he's about to lose the handle.
Yeah,
and I bit of over-dribbling there from Joe Chilcott. Meanwhile, collapses for the 2.
Yeah, and I think Burnie are probably going to rue that a little bit because, went to that real over-dribbling there, about 10 seconds to go, so still plenty of time on the shot clock to get some position. Simpson, too big, too strong, too good.
Yes. Just that size and good body on him is just too much to stop.
And again, it's the hard thing for the Kings. This is where their defence now has to change again because they're clearly going to use that inside presence there when they can get down the floor early. You can't allow Simpson to establish down anywhere near that charged circle.
So Nyhouse kick out or save pass went to Chilcott. Now Chilcott with Furphy and French in support. Furphy.
Oh, baseline for the Furf.
And then nice pass. Chilcott extra pass to French for 3. Just long. Strathmore with the rebound.
Just a bit hesitant to execute there. Good steal by French.
The needle pass doesn't work there for Strathmore.
Just held that dribble up for a fraction. Thought he might have got a whistle.
Referees just decided to let that one play. So Simpson slowing this one down. Now the on ball here. French works through. Goes with the runner off glass. Gets the 2 to go.
Time out.
Luke Clapsis has seen enough. He'll call time. And margin out to 11 here. 66 to 56. Margin is actually 10 now with the adjustment on the scoreboard.
So once again, just when we thought that now it's 68-50.
55.
Deb,
so margin now out to 13.
Our government supervisor, Tattersall supervisor, has confirmed the numbers.
Yes.
68-55, 4:21 to go. 1 foul each, but a nice clean third term here, even though it seems like we've been talking and turning Mr. Draper up every few seconds.
But what Nick's been explaining has been quite good, and then that's given us a bit of a feedback to obviously tell the viewers, which has been great.
And I think that's going to help too, because that will allow people to go, oh, what was that for? Well, here's what it was for. Here's what they saw, and you've got to, see the perspective. And I think another thing too, that as a viewer we just need to remember that, we're running with 2 refs, and depending on where the referees are positioned, the camera at times might be what we would call the third line.
Yes. If
the third referee was there. So while we might see it, you've also got to understand, the lines and the areas that the referees are looking at. But I think for the Kings here, I'm not saying that the flag's been thrown in, Ronnie, but I think that there's the adjustments that are going to need to be made just from a game plan standpoint over the next 14-21 of this game may not be enough to counteract what Burnie has been able to produce on both ends. Now, obviously for the Kings, it's the big thing we always talk about. It's shots. They can knock 9 or 12 points down really, really quickly, and it doesn't matter what the opposition does, then their heads start to drop. But for the Kings, they're going to need to get on a bicycle and ride very, very quickly at this point.
Absolutely. Kings have only scored 8 points this quarter. Need to make a move on.
And there's your little 1%ers there. But, I mean, again, I'm liking Burnie here. They've got multiple amounts of ways of scoring, and I think that's ultimately the difference in this game as well. I mean, defensively for the Kings, could make an adjustment, but, I mean, you see Burnie now, Brad Simpson is capable on the perimeter as he is down low. The ball movement's there. There's another one. He's too low already. Good defence by Hartog. He's just been nipped on the wrist, though, so that'll be 2, but, I mean, you look at the threats there. You've got the mid-range of Chilcott. You've got the internal there of Simpson. You've got the guards on the perimeter as well, and you've also got another post option there of Furphy, who is just as capable of dishing from that position as well.
So Simpson at the line here, and
nice little drop
knocks
there.
Down the first.
And of course, Simpson's been somewhat of a veteran now with the Thunder over the past few years. Managed to get a couple of games in a long lost outfit a few seasons ago.
Yes.
In another league entirely, but no, he's been a quality player, and I mean, we talk about as far as imports on the Northwest and the impact Zach White's had, Brad Simpson's been
Good try by Elijah Pawson.
Sorry to ramble on, but I mean, Brad Simpson's been that for Burnie as well.
He certainly has. And
well involved in the community, well involved around the junior side of the club, a valued member of the senior team, and, really involved himself in the community. I mean, obviously Brad's local, but has made the adjustment on the Northwest swimmingly, I would suggest.
Yes, and play continues. I thought there might have been a foul there, but no, referees didn't see it that way. Meanwhile, Clapsis went for the shot and couldn't get it to go. Caleb Nash back out on the floor too, I see.
Yep, we just heard Luke Clapsis get up as well, ask that question. That's a nice finish there. Good D by Hartog, you can't call that.
So, Clapsis here. Now Hartog.
Nearly travelled there. I thought he dragged that back foot.
Yeah, I thought so too there,
Referees did. With the third line though, Ronnie, as we said.
Yes, that's correct.
That's what we'll roll with.
Yes, thank you. Clapsis here. Shot clock at 6. They need to get busy. Clapsis needs to do something, and then just draws himself into a bit of trouble. And now turnover made. Make that another turnover. So just some sloppy play here by both sides.
Yes, some aerial ping pong here.
So now Kingston to slows one there. James Deegan looking to check back in. Meanwhile, Paulson with the drive. Good D by the Tigers.
And he's a little sore there by the looks of that, Elijah.
And now shot goes up by Clapsis. Short on that one. Rebound by Furphy.
And I think this is the opportunity for Burnie here. The last 2 minutes, the Kings are clearly sucking in some big breaths. Their bench looks tired, and they haven't really rotated too much here, the Kings. I'd say Burnie's going to try and really run this score in to about that 20-point mark and start getting through sets once again.
So French with it as he drives through. He drew the foul.
That'll be on the side. Let's see if we get anything.
Stop.
No, just substitutions.
Substitutions. One on. It looks like Josh Downey's one on the shoot. He will be the shooter.
No shooting.
No shooting. So Josh Downey can come in. So Simpson and French having a rest, and then who we had there? Luke and Elijah coming off.
So it'll be Chilcott again inbounding the ball for Burnie. And, some very tired bodies here. Yep. It's nice.
Good drive by Downey, who will draw the foul there, gets it to go. He'll go to the line for 1.
Score counts. Blue.
Let's see what we get here.
4, black. 1 shot.
James Deegan asking a question, but I don't think that was more of a question. I believe it was.
Yeah, 94A needs to be potential. There could be a 94A on our hands here, Ronnie.
It could
from political terms.
Yes, could well be. Yes, for those people that watch part 1.
What's the record on that one, Ronnie?
18.
Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, Strassman, nice move from Furphy, but then good help defence from Keenan Johnson. But Strassman equal to it. Now offensive rebound here for the Kings as Nash drives up, rejected by Johnson. Good defence there by Keenan Johnson.
A very nice little defensive play there, and again 16 points now. So Burnie just wanting these last 90 or so seconds. Couple of unanswered baskets, get it out to 20 and. See how we go. Lovely.
Downey
good.
Rejected by Hartog. Meanwhile, Furphy for the scraps can't get it.
And that's what we like to see, Ronnie. A big body inside and playing like a traditional big, blocking shots, getting rebounds, now trying to impact on the offensive end. Let's see if the Kings get a response.
From deep, yes. James Deegan, just something for the West Coast Ball Connection cameras.
Yeah, well, it's certainly not for the scoreboard because he's still down 15.
Yes, certainly not. Meanwhile, right, now Johnson.
Oh, got that a very convenient first step there.
Yes. Now Chilcott, again, nice moves.
Oh.
The lefty goes up. He drew the foul, and he'll go to line for 2. Let's see who this is on.
Blue 10. Push.
That's going to be on
Shots.
Noah Strasmer.
What's up?
As Geordie Payne comes in for Jacob Furphy.
Yes, Payne in as he goes there. And, yeah, so that's a nice little play there just quickly, that's wonderful by Joe Chilcott getting inside, going line for 2. But that was, I'd say, Ronnie, as far as two-way bits of play, that's probably the best we've seen the Kings at all day.
Yeah. Yep. That's no knock at them, by the way, too. So.
No, well, Burnie, I mean, it's not been funny. Burnie have just, to me, been the superior team today.
They have. I think, for a basketball purist would say the same thing as well. And Kingborough will bounce back throughout the day as well too.
Oh, yeah.
As Hardog from deep can't get that to go.
He led his college to a Div 2 title last year. First year uni this year, Dan, and this is really his first lot of senior basketball in 12 months, so it's good to see him back on the floor as well.
Yes, no, it certainly is. It's good to see some of the players.
Chilcott.
As flat.
Oh!
With the tip in for near player of the day by far on that one.
It's easily the best play we've got on camera that was legal and counted.
Absolutely. The young lad's got some hops.
That was unbelievable stuff there. Very good jump. Good edge.
Pass not on there, unfortunately, so turnover there. But that was clear as day too. No box out there from the Kings on young Geordie Payne.
Clock!
And...
Sorry. Someone starts I wouldn't have to yell if the clock got started.
Yeah, well, instead of putting it back to 16, just hold it for an extra 2. We'll roll with that.
Okay, there we go. Call. Yeah, good call there by Nick Tro. Hold it for 2.
Yeah, for those that didn't hear, he's just going to hold it for 2, so don't start screaming again.
Yes. So
a little vibrator thing, so it just buzzes every time something's wrong.
So Downey with it. So game clock should start.
Good. Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, right.
Beautiful. This should be the last play of term number 3 as we come to you from the Alberton Sport and Leisure Centre here up on the northwest coast. As Chilcott goes up, can't get that to go.
Another big rebound by Payne.
Right on the three-quarter time, Payne, and for Chilcott there playing footy there for the Burnie Dockers. Three-quarter time, 16 points is our margin. Burnie up.
That is a plus 11 quarter there for the Tigers.
It is. They put on 24 in that quarter compared to 13 by the Tigers.
That would be why it's a plus 11 quarter, Ronnie.
Yes, there we go. Quick maths on the run here on a Saturday.
Accurate, don't know, but the maths was.
Yes.
The result was fine. It's like the old school test. Did we get the same thing? Yep. Did we get it the same way? It doesn't matter. We got there.
It did.
But, no, it's been, again, another well steadied there by Burnie. The Kings, as I said they'd wrestled, for me, momentum heading into half-time. And unfortunately, Stratsma got that early basket, but that was pretty much all it nearly wrote there as far as a genuine run by the Kings. They then had another 8-0 run, which was stifled by some Burnie offence. And again, they had a nice little two-way play there towards the end of that quarter. They get the block, they get the rebound, they get the basket, but immediately give up points on the other end. So, that's just unlucky for them. Burnie going to probably want to finish this out, Ronnie. I'd say they're going to try and really run and gun to, try and get this one out to about that 25-point margin. Probably give some of their better players a rest here, get some structure done for the Kings. Will they come out and blitz it? I don't know. They've just come off a long car ride. I think for them it's, going through their sets, getting their structure and seeing where they can bring this game back to. I'm not saying you wipe this one away. This still has the potential to have implications on seeding for the top 4 heading into Gala weekend in a couple of weeks. But at the same time, you've got 2 to 3 more games this weekend. You may have to travel to Penguin. You don't want to blow a gasket. Let's get through it unscathed. Let's get through it respectably, and let's move on to game 2 if I'm a King. Yes,
absolutely. I think for Kingborough, that might be, do you wave the white flag in this first game and then, really focus on the next game that they have coming up in the afternoon. So, yes, as you mentioned earlier, JB, there was a few to trouble up this morning. So, yes, along with us, we made the early trip up this morning as well too, JB.
Sorry, yes, we did.
Yes.
We were on the road by around that 7 o'clock mark and whipping into the whipping into Macca's at the Homemakers Centre there in Devonport for a quick bite to eat. So,
of course, McDonald's, proud sponsors of Basketball Tasmania, by the way, too. Nick Draper nearly gets involved with the play there.
Pretty good sponsors of my morning coffee and breakfast as well as yours today, Ronnie.
Strasma for 3 at the corner as we get that plug in. Geordie Payne with the rebound.
They've done well.
Yes.
Speaking of doing well, Burnie have done tremendous in this opening game, and I think that anyone who's going to be playing Burnie, potentially in that semi-final round if they make it, and certainly anyone that gets a chance to scout this team is going to want to watch this game because their execution offensively has been borderline flawless.
Absolutely.
Look at the ball movement.
For 3, yes.
Deserved a basket. And there it is once again, just good ball movement, good shot selection, wound the clock down, and they're now out to a 19-point lead, a game high, 19 points.
So Strasma with it. Again, good work by Johnson here defensively. Now ball getting moved around, collapses. Shot clock at 10. There's Pawson here at the corner. It pulls the trigger, can't get it to go. Now Furphy with the rebound.
Here's what we were talking about, Ronnie. Burnie wanting to just get up the floor and get that score through.
And there it is. Furphy goes coast to coast and gets that little runner to go.
Yeah, 81-60. So, I mean, yibbity yibbiter as they say, and that's going to be an interesting. What do we got here?
Block.
Right, so they've called the block. I was worried there might have been an offensive screen there.
18.
But he rolled well with the contact, so that was all right. But, yeah, again, Burnie up by 21 here. Just under 9 remaining in this last quarter.
So kick out pass. Here's Strasma for 3. Yes.
And that's a nice little shot there. But, again, they're going to have to play as Deegan's throwing arrows on the bench while he looks for an oxygen tank. Let's hope he's okay.
Yes. I was going to say, James Deegan also making a comeback as well, too, and hasn't played in quite some time. So I'd say fatigue has got to him very quickly. As
Furphy goes inside, yeah, Deegan with a haircut too made him almost unrecognisable at first glance.
Yes, he's had a bit of a head. Geordie Payne from downtown gets it to go.
They can't miss.
No, they are on fire here at the Thunderdome. As Pawson now works it through. Here's Strasma.
OBD Arena, isn't it?
Yes, the
OBC.
OBC Arena.
OBC, OBD, OBE.
OBC, but I like to call it the Thunderdome, of course.
The Thunderdome, it's very good. I tell you what, they're making it rain in here. Don't worry about the thunder. That came last night. The rain's following through here for Burnie.
Absolutely.
19-point game, looking to make it 22, though. Yeah.
Johnson works his way through. A little bump, but plays through that. And then the shot was a little bit errant on his behalf.
Yeah, so I think he just tried to adjust for contact, but the natural shooting arc probably would have got the job done. Good hands there by Payne. There's the greatest of them all down there, mate. The great D. Wilson.
Yes. Of course, Dolt is featuring in our second game next as Pawson knocks down the jumper.
Yes, he would have come from an early intersport session. No doubt the Armstrong boys would have worked him to the bone. And they were, yeah, probably got some fresh drink bottles on sale too.
30 for 3, just long. And then good Payne and Furphy nearly collided, and then Downey able to recover. Here's Johnson.
I was worried about that one there. Furphy in the corner.
Furphy thought about it, now puts it to the floor, needs help, and it's got Wright in support. Wright goes baseline, and he goes up, rejected by Strasma. Good play by both teams there.
And, okay, I was wondering, why is Nick Draper watching the ball roll away? He's obviously just confirming with our other referee, Westwood.
Yeah, on this side, please.
Oh, he's...
Thanks. We go 1.
Getting the breaths in on that one.
Yep, 1 left on the shot clock, by the way, to JB. And then this will be a quick 3 by Payne. Ooh. No, not there.
It looked online from our angle.
Yes. And then fair on the play here.
Black 6. Push. Blue ball. Sub.
Joe Gilcott coming in for Downey.
The only thing I don't like about these headsets, Ronnie.
Yes.
Ruin the $1 million haircut.
Sorry.
It's alleged. No, it's been a good start. We've had no audio issues. We set up really promptly. I think a shout out too, just quickly, Brett McKay for the power cord.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. As meanwhile, Strasma and there'll be a travel call as well too there.
Slid your pivot foot.
Yeah. Slid your pivot foot is what.
Slid your pivot foot.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, easy call to make.
Yeah, easy call. Yeah, when you slide that pivot foot, you're pretty much gone on the play. So, yeah, no, well picked up there. So Johnson now right. Chilcott goes middle.
Oh,
Good
nice
pass
no
into
look.
Payne. Can't get that to go. Chilcott with the rebound and the mini hook.
There's one thing that Joe's done a lot here, Ron. He's gone to that left hand a lot more in this game.
Well, he is a lefty. He's a true lefty.
Certainly inside, though. Like you're often seeing finishing with that right hand, and I think that's also seems to have thrown the Kings boys a bit, that Joe's just getting that little quick lefty off.
Yeah, well spotted. And, Joe's very crafty at what he does.
Good D by Furphy.
And on cue here, Chilcott has it for us.
The best Mustaka currently in the building.
Yes. Meanwhile, Joe just putting on some moves. Nice pass to Furphy for 3.
Bang! Yeah. Beautiful movement here by the Tigers, and they're now out to 22 points. 5:58, 7BU leading this one.
So Strassman goes cross-court.
Nice
touch pass. Good play by Kingborough.
Yeah, good read inside there by Pawson with those Grinch Kobe's, as we found out during the year. They're
yes.
A very popular shoe amongst ballers, Ronnie.
Yes.
Joke, that was with the right hand.
He can do it all, this man, Joe Chilcott.
I bet you can't throw it in with his legs.
He was named MVP for the Thunder for a reason, and that is why. Meanwhile, Kingborough looking to get a score on this possession here. A quick horn set here by the Kings. Strassman pops out for the 3 and just barely hit the rim. And now the ball here with Chilcott once again. He's just taking over. Lost their handle. Good dive by Strassman, who needs help.
As Klapsis has just gone to the bench, by the way, so look for the Kings to time this one out shortly.
Yep, so Pawson pulls up from free throw land. Can't get it to go. Payne with the rebound.
So we'll see what they can come out of here. Burnie, 22-point margin as Chilcott goes inside. Kick pass to the corner. Stop, pop, lock. Shot does not drop. Easy rebound by Payne.
Once again. So kicks out to Johnson, who goes baseline as a free opening. Good use. Good little bite there. Yep.
Blue 12. Hit. 2. Tie it blue. Yep, no worries. Tie it blue.
So, yeah, nice drive by Johnson. And then patiently just wait.
That's weird. Offensive. Oh, offensive. Oh, probably not enough displacement.
Fair enough, yeah. So fair question, fair answer too.
Yeah, I'll just come back. It was a nice drive by Ken Johnson, who just waited, and then Strassman just fell for that quick little bite, and then good use of the body there, and then, Jordan found nicely. So that's one that Geordie Strassman needs to learn. Just a hard close out, just be straight up, don't fall for those little things, and I'm sure Coach Klapsis will tell him just for that next one, stay down, don't jump or don't bite on the fake, and just hard close out with your hands straight up, or walling up, as we say, as one of our terminologies that we use these days. So, yeah.
Yes, no, it was a nice little play there, easy explanation there by the ref, and I mean the question by Klapsis is there, he jumped into his chest, and as Nick Draper said, there probably wasn't enough displacement there, and of course, with that as a ref, Ronnie, I can imagine you're also reading the fact, okay, player's been hit, he's naturally going to come in probably a little bit, and that's when you compensate a little bit on that, but the second you make that extra normal movement, then that's when the whistle gets blown.
And it was one of the biggest things we focused on back when I was around doing Seaboard level, and it was one of the main, points of emphasis, that when players were, straight up, they were good, but when they started to bring those arms down, we have to take into consideration that, yes, they're coming out of their cylinder, and they're still making contact with the shooter who's going straight up naturally. So, and we're seeing that here as well too. So same thing, and we have to call that foul.
So that one falls short. So Kings will get the transition here. We've got it just under 5 remaining here in our first game. First of 5 here at the OBC Stadium. The Thunderdome, as Ronnie's called it, and it is starting to rain a little bit more. Shots are dropping. Paulson's knocked that one down, and it's good to see even the Kings still with a bit of fight here, Ronnie. Yeah,
no, it is good to see that is for sure. And again, you want to play this out and still get positives out this first game. Oh, nice pass inside of Simpson.
Oh.
And he'll get that to go.
And we'll see where we get an explanation.
Score counts, blue 2, hit 1.
Yeah, Dan Hardog, and it's easy. I mean, I think the boys were just looking around to see who got the blame on that one, to be fair, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Pretty easy call to make.
All right, so Simpson back at the line here for 1. And gets that to go. There's 6 away from the ton.
6 away from the ton. And what's the line on that one, Ronnie? Are we over under 99.5?
Well, you would think under, but now we're...
Well, I don't know. The way shots are falling, though.
We're thinking over here.
I reckon we're thinking overs.
Yep, we certainly are, mate.
especially, you know, if it's going to come down to percentage, Burnie with the potential to win a game by 30.
Yes, which will help their top 4 spot to see them in 2 weeks' time. French with that interesting pass which went to blue jerseys in the end, and now Kingborough come down with it here through Hardog.
If the execution is going to be like that, unders are going to be the winners, I think. Hardog just trying to bang down low.
He's trying his luck against Simpson, but to no avail. And then
he wanted a bit of a call there, Dan. I just think he thought he was about 3 feet close to the rim.
So French to French as the brothers combine. Furphy to join in, not there. Now, nice pass here again. The French brothers hooking up once again. Can't get that to go. Now, in good hands, and that should be a nice little save. It is.
I think we've jinxed the... it was there.
Ball goes out of play.
And I think, Ronnie, just that little one there would have been, rather than the turnaround, maybe even the no-look little dump down behind the back there on the cut probably helps there. But again, when you're up by 22 in a game like this, pickers be choosers. Yes. Beggars can't be choosers.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yes. So Pawson.
I'd have thrown it into third row.
Now Deegan from the corner.
Woo!
Yes.
There's another arrow. The Xavier Dirtsma, or the Matty Young as we were starting to know it in the south.
Yes, it was, yes.
Matty Young is available, I do believe, today, by the way, Grenadiers.
Yes, we don't see them till later in the afternoon. So, meanwhile, French goes up, can't get that to go.
Unders are getting excited here, Ronnie. They haven't had a basket.
No, they certainly haven't. So, French slowing this one down. Here's Furphy. He tries to go for a couple, kick out pass, Simpson for 3. No.
I tell you what, if this was the old Channel 10 footy coverage, Gone Cold would be freezing up on the screen.
My word. Substitution, Chorty Payne coming back in. Noah Strassman looking to come back in. Elijah Pawson and Jake Furphy have a breaker.
I must say, I'd feel for poor old, for our friend there. He's poor old no, he's not looking too excited at all to be getting back into the spirit of things.
It's not what you want for it to start off a Saturday.
Well, Elijah's taken the shoes off, so we'll call it a day for him.
Yes. So Deegan putting it to the floor. Through Payne, can't get that to go. Nash there to support and gets the tip in.
Third time lucky there for Caleb Nash, and he's had limited opportunities so far today. So we'll see how he goes as he warms up through. Caleb only really playing senior level basketball for the last 18 months, and in an established Kings squad, he's still finding his feet a little bit.
Yes, and I'd love to see him get more opportunity as the weekend goes along. Meanwhile, Simpson down low. Shot clock at 5 as Chilcott puts up the 2. And good rebound by Nash and a quick foul there. That'll be on Chorty Payne.
So with 4:45, we called overs, Ronnie.
Yes, we did. I said unders to begin with. You did say
unders, and I said overs.
I should claim unders here if Burnie don't get the remaining 6 points to the ton.
The line was 187, so you work out what that's worth.
Yes, right,
Depending on what you put on it, you're paying for dinner.
Oh, God, good grief.
With Alex Dilger and Associates.
Yes.
So $1.30, a minute 30 remaining. What are we doing? Hartog inside again. No good, but I'm liking the confidence there of Dan to still bang down low, Ronnie.
Yeah, no, it's still good to see. I mean, that's a positive to take out of that game. This game would be, Hartog working his way down low. Meanwhile, Chilcott baseline.
No.
Campaign or kick out here to French for 3.
Hey, we got a shot to fall.
There we go. Now we're 3 away from the ton.
Hey, Ronnie's hoping for a 2. Jabe's hoping for a 3.
I don't really want to shout dinner.
Tell you what, a 2 and a foul shot would be nice. That'll save you for dinner.
Yes, thank you very much. Meanwhile,
so there we go. Deegan inside. Get that out of here.
Chilcott, and now Chilcott off and running. Has Payne in support. Chilcott might slow this one down. Now goes to Payne. Payne
for the century.
For 3.
Bang!
Yes! Chorty Payne brings up the 100 for the Burnie Tigers.
And can we get the cricket bat and helmet up in the air, please? Lovely little shot there. So, Ronnie, you're safe for dinner. Well done. But, again, that sort of score is deserved for Burnie as Nash going inside. Offensive foul.
Let's...
Blue 3-0. Push offense.
Okay, so we got the offensive foul there.
Something to do with the hands or arms, and
yeah, I'd say the off arm was the issue there. Which is unfortunate.
Yes, yes, it is. I just would have loved an explanation on that play, but I don't think we got it in.
24 points down, Ronnie. I don't know necessarily what's justified.
Chorty Payne for back-to-back triples! And the fans are loving it down here.
Absolutely. We were really concerned about 3 shots ago, and They've poured in the offence. We were expecting them to spread across the back end of this quarter, but near 30-point game. Payne with some big baskets here, and Burnie just have not given up. That'll be a defensive foul.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call to make there.
Block.
Down on the floor. So 9.6 remaining here. As we round this one out, Beach Has boys getting ready to go. As I can have a bit of a look around, I see young Nash Walker there who will be suiting up along with young Gibson. Meanwhile, Claps is going for the three, not there, and they'll play this one out.
And that's a good finish there.
So a good win there for the Burnie Tigers, who keep their momentum and form going here in the State League. They win this one by 27, 103 to 76, and JB, really good display of basketball from Burnie as far as their execution and offensive and defensive standpoint. Holding them to 76 there was pretty good in the end. Yeah,
everything considered. I mean, the Kings weren't shy of opportunities. They were certainly putting that ball at the rim, but just the sheer offensive execution there of the Tigers, I'd say something to behold, really, Ronnie. I mean, they had good ball movement. They had good player movement. They read off each other really well. Not flawless execution, but very close to it. A tremendous effort there by the Burnie boys. A nice little win, 27 points for the Kings again. No excuses out of the car ride there. I do feel that when they got within 5, they certainly were a chance, but just squandered a few opportunities. And again, a credit to Burnie. As you can see just over there, I do a little bit of a pan before we wrap it up. You can just see the lack of size they've got there. Particularly on the perimeter, they are quite a small perimeter team, but they were calm and collected. They were getting amongst the defensive rebounds. They were really playing up against some bigger bodies on the perimeter, and they managed to get the job done. Big win, great start to their weekend. Penguin boys, they'll lick their wounds, give themselves a couple of hours. They'll be back as well. And speaking of licking their wounds and be back, we'll give ourselves about 10 minutes, Ronnie, and we'll be back for game number 2.
Yes, absolutely. So thanks for tuning in for this game, and we'll see you on the next one.